Thank you. It's great to be here. I think the message of liberty is popular no matter where you're from, no matter the color of your skin. We're going to take the message of liberty to every voter in every state, in every precinct, whether it's a big city or a small city. We haven't been good enough at bringing that message. We haven't tried hard enough. Today's opening of this office is the beginning of a new Republican Party. This is going to be a Republican Party that is in big cities and small cities, in the countryside, in the city. It's going to be bringing a message that is popular no matter where you're from, whether you're rich or poor, whether you're black, white, or brown. This is a message that can resonate. People say, well, what are you going to do? Change the Republican Party message to get new people? We don't have to change our message. We need to present our message. We need to make our case. So today in Detroit, I'll be making the case for economic opportunity for Detroit. We'll be bringing some real policies that we think will help Detroit. We've tried a lot of other policies and they haven't been working. I think we need to try something new. We'll be talking about economic empowerment. We'll also be talking about education. We'll be talking about school choice, freedom of choice in education, bringing real choices to people who don't seem to have much hope. We'll also be talking about criminal justice. And I think it's important that we talk about this. You haven't always heard Republicans talking about criminal justice, but I think we haven't treated people fairly. I think it hasn't been on purpose. I don't think it's an overt racism in our justice system, but it's an inadvertent racial outcome to our justice system. The war on drugs has disproportionately incarcerated African Americans and Latinos. 3 out of 4 people in jail are black or brown. And when you do surveys and you ask who does drugs and at what rate, most of these are drug crimes. Whites and blacks use drugs at about the same rate, so do Hispanics. But disproportionately we're incarcerating blacks and Latinos. Something has to change. The war on drug has gone awry, and I'm for changing that. I'm for giving judges more discretion, letting judges look at the facts of the case before they decide what the sentence is, not being forced to put people in jail for decades, sometimes 20 years, sometimes 50 years. There's a young man who's 24 years old that was given a 53-year sentence in jail for selling marijuana. In my state, you never get your voting rights back. There's been a lot of discussion about, driver's license, an issue that is probably 1,000-fold more important than your driver's license, whether you have to show your driver's license, is whether or not you get your voting rights after you've been arrested. In my state, you never get your voting rights back. This isn't just African Americans, this is whites, Hispanics, you name it. I have a friend whose brother 30 years ago got caught growing marijuana plants. He still can't vote. Every time he goes to look for a job, he's got to check a box that says he's a convicted felon. We need to address this. It's a cycle of poverty, drugs, and then you can go back to jail. In my state, you go back to jail for non-payment of child support. How are you supposed to make your child support payments if you've been in prison? The best job you can get is $9 an hour and you owe $5,000 in child support payments. These are things you haven't heard Republicans talking about. So I'm glad to be part of this today, not only just to be that Republicans are showing up where we haven't been, but with a new message and policy. Because Bobby's right, it's about showing up, but it's also about showing up and telling people what you stand for. I'm glad to be part of this, and I'm very happy with the Michigan GOP for doing this. Thank you very much.